All right, we know there have been some shortages of popular models. You know, if you want to buy a new car, sometimes there's a big wait. Some of you just know, hey, buying a new car, that's a sucker's game. I'm going used. Let's take a look at the top used car models in this country with none other than Petrina Gentile, automotive journalist, and her latest in Globe and Mail takes a look at the used car market. Petrina, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, Petrina, it's not lost on me when I looked at this list, as it's put here in the Globe and Mail, 5 top-selling used vehicles in Canada. They're all 2017s. So this, to me, says these were vehicles. The 4-year lease is up. People return the car. Now they're on the used market. This is what's going on here, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
So basically, we go back in time to 2017, and we take a look at these vehicles, these great vehicles for 2017 that now can have a new lease on life as a used vehicle. What are the top-selling used vehicles in this country?
Well, in the 5th spot is the Corolla, the Toyota Corolla. And this, makes sense. I mean, this is not an exciting vehicle to drive. It's not, stunning in its appearance, but, it's reliable. It's dependable. You can drive these to the ground. So they're very popular with Canadians. And the average price of that is about $15,000, which isn't bad for, a 4-year-old vehicle.
Oh, that's okay. That's really great. I'm happy you're mentioning the prices here. So an average price for a 2017 Corolla around $15,000. That sounds pretty good for a vehicle you can get many, many years out of.
Absolutely. And you know Toyotas. I mean, they have that reputation. You can drive them to the ground. You can put 300,000 kilometers on them.
Yeah.
And they're pretty reliable.
Yeah, my first car was a used Toyota Tercel. And I got it in 2001, and it was a 1992, right? So just tells you about the reliability there. Okay, what's number 4? Number 4
is the Hyundai Elantra. So in 2017, this vehicle was redone. So it ended up getting a lot of new features. It ended up getting more, safety features, more technology. And it even comes with a lot of stuff that you'd expect to pay more for, like including heated front seats, remote keyless entry, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, because that's a must. And this particular vehicle is quite larger than its size. It's more like a mid-size vehicle than a compact car. So it's pretty spacious, lots of trunk space, and the average price on this was really quite affordable, around $14,000.
What I find so interesting about that, Petrina, is you mentioned Apple CarPlay, right? And you can still buy new cars today that don't have CarPlay or Android Auto, right? So to get a 4-year-old vehicle that's got this feature that buyers want, and especially at that price for a used vehicle, really, really, really impressive. At number 3, Petrina, we get a little bit bigger, don't we?
We do, yeah. We get the Nissan Rogue. So compact SUV. And this was one of the few models that you could get with 3 rows of seats, which is nice to have, right? They no longer have that as an option, but that 2017 model had it. It had a lot of neat features. In the back, it had this divide and hide cargo area, so you could move the different sides of this little portion box to make it so that you could hide items underneath. You could wash it out. So it was really flexible. You could actually open the rear tailgate by kicking underneath it. So it had a lot of technology that, a lot of vehicles still don't have to this day. And that 2017 model averages about $21,000.
What I find incredible, Petrina, about the Rogue, you mentioned, it's got a feature. The 2017 edition has a feature you can't get today, the 3 rows of seating. That's great when you can go used and get a feature you can't get with a brand new one. That's incredible.
Exactly.
At number 2, you've mentioned, 21,000 SUV, not bad at all. At number 2, though, be prepared to pay a little bit more money. What's at number 2?
Yeah, Ram 1500 pickup truck. Yeah, it is quite expensive. I mean, I was shocked to see what the value for a 2017 model is. It's around $36,000. And what's interesting, back in 2020, so the average price of that same vehicle was around $30,000. So it's gone up in a year. It's gone up in around $6,000. That's a lot for a truck. But again, this is a really flexible truck. You can get it in different cab sizes, different bed sizes. You can get it even with a diesel engine or a V8 engine. So it has lots of options for whatever you need, but it is expensive.
And of course, Petrina, I guess it goes to just the fact that that whole space, the pickup truck, it's the cars are in demand. There's been some shortages, which I guess leads to increased prices.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's go to number one here. And you know what? I'm going to pop quiz to our listeners. If you're listening, Petrina Gentile is on the line. She's going through the top 5 used vehicles in Canada right now. They all hail from 2017. And if you can guess, if you're listening, guess what the number one is. And I got to say, Petrina, while they guess, it's the GOAT, isn't it? It's the greatest of all time, Canada-wise. What's the number one?
Yeah, the Honda Civic. I think this is, no surprise. It's been Canada's best-selling compact car for 20 years and counting. It has everything. It has the style. It has nice road handling manners. It's fuel efficient. It's spacious. It's built in Ontario, in Alliston, Ontario, which is a really nice feature. I know I bought my 2019 Honda Civic. Same thing. I bought it, and knowing it's made in Canada, and it's a nice feeling to have. The 2017 model is almost 17,000, so still, in that reasonable, you're not going to break the bank going with that model. But again, dependable, reliable vehicle that will last a while.
Petrina, while we have you on the line, I want to talk about gas prices. Here last week in Montreal, passing $1.50 a liter. You mentioned to us the last time you were on this program, we were talking about your advice column that you published in the Globe Mail, where people ask you questions. Hey, which car should we get? Right? And you were saying now it's like 8 out of 10 are about electric vehicles, and then we have these stories about gas prices going through the roof. On the gas front here, are you expecting more hurt for Canadians at the pumps than pleasure anytime soon?
Yeah, and some analysts are predicting by the end of the year those gas prices could reach $1.60 to $1.80 a liter, which is really, it's heartbreaking to see. I mean, right before Thanksgiving weekend, we saw this big jump in Manitoba was up like 11%. In Vancouver, it was up. So it's going to continue going up. And then you have the carbon tax coming in for 2022. So that'll push gas prices up even higher. But it probably will, force more people into buying or thinking about going that electric route to save on gas.
And along with electric, is there any possibility, Petrina, that we have revenge of the small car? Because the SUV has become king everywhere, even in Quebec, right? Where it used to be the most hesitant, and now the SUV is king in Quebec. Could we have revenge of the small car because of gas prices?
Oh, I would love that, but I honestly don't think that would happen at this point. Just manufacturers have turned their back on it because consumers haven't bought them in the last couple of years. They're focusing more on SUVs, but that would be my dream to have the small cars back.
I'm starting to write the script. Petrina Gentile stars in Revenge of the Small Car. Petrina, I love it. You're wonderful, of course. You can read Petrina Gentile's words in the Globe and Mail, among other places, and she's got that YouTube channel, Molta Ragazza. Petrina, take care.
You too. Thank you.